So when playing Dauntless today, I thought of an idea. How fast can you sprint in this game? So the first thing I had to do was to find a spot where I could time myself how long it took to get from one point to another to compare it to the other times. And the spot I chose was right here on Boral Outpost. And this is how long it took without any movement buffs. So it took just about 12 and a half seconds to do that, with no cells equipped. So if you weren't aware, in this game, there are things called cells, and there are 5 main different types. So the main one we're going to be focusing on is the sprinter cell. It increases movement speed and reduces the sprint cost. Which the sprint cost, it doesn't really matter. We just want to focus on that increased movement speed. And what's better than one sprinter cell? 2 sprinter cells. Okay, so the first 2 cells I decided to use were sprinter cells. They increase movement speed. And if you didn't know, 2 purple cells is the max you can get with the boost, because purple cells add a +3. So the max you can get is +6. So 2 purple cells equals +6. So it equals a 17.5% increase in movement speed. This is how long it takes with the 2 sprinter cells. So for those 2 cells, it took just over 10 seconds. So the next 2 cells I wanted to use were the swift cells, which increase movement speed for all slayers in the area when the weapon is sheathed, which is when it's on your back. So like I said, the max is +6, which gains +30% movement speed. And this is how long it takes with the sprinter cells and the swift cells. And with those 4 cells, it took 8 seconds. So the next cells I want to focus on were the grace cells. I have 2 of them on my pistols, and what they do is they increase movement speed as you sprint, which as you can see over here, I have a +7, but that's because one of my armor pieces is +1 grace, but that doesn't matter. The max is still the +6, which is gaining up to 20% movement speed while reaching that sprint speed. And this is how long it takes with the grace, sprinter, and swift cells. And with all 6 of the cells, it took just over 7 seconds. So with all those cells and this lantern, this should be the fastest I can move in the game. So with those 6 cells and the lantern, the time was just under 7 seconds, which by the way, the lantern increases all Slayer's movement speed in that aura by roughly 10 to 15%. So I had one of my teammates stand at the gate and me stand where I started running, and the distance between that shown from the compass was 77 meters. And knowing that and knowing the times of all the runs, I knew how fast I was going in all of the runs. And I will put the times and the speeds on screen right now. So all the times and speeds are listed here. So if you need to pause it and look at it into further detail, feel free. But the fastest speed that should be able to be reached in Dauntless is 11.4 meters per second. So the fastest possible speed you can reach was almost double the speed with no cells. So in order to see the comparison between the fastest speed possible and the speed with no cells, I needed to bring along some help. So I asked this person to help me see the difference. This is what it looks like running against someone with no cells. Boom.
Absolutely dusted.
Yep. As far as I know, that is the fastest you can move in the game. But if anybody finds a way to move faster, just let me know in the comments. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, a like would be greatly appreciated.